Hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the Grey. Today's video, we're going to talk Start Collecting Conquest, The Last Argument of Kings by Parabellum War Games, and today we're going to take a look at the Old Dominion one-player starter set and see how we can use it to start off our very first Conquest Last Argument of Kings army. Now, if you'd like to get into Conquest and like what you see in this video, you can use our channel's affiliate link, which will be down in the video's description, which will get you 10% off anything on the Parabellum eStore, and it'll go a long way to helping support the channel continue to produce Conquest Last Argument of Kings content in the future. With that said though, today's video we're going to talk about the contents of the Old Dominion one-player starter set's box's contents, all the units inside it, what they do on the table and how we can use them. We'll then take a look at some other units we can use to bring into the force and expand upon the initial purchases, and then finally finish off the video with a little sample 1000 point army list for you to use as some inspiration for building your own Old Dominion army, or indeed copy our list if that's what you wish to do. Now, let's talk about what we get in this box set, and the first model we get is the Archer Magirite. This is a medium class infantry character. You can see him pictured in the middle there. Now, it is a priest level 6, which is really cool, so we're going to get some magical abilities, and nothing too crazy to write home about other than that. He's got the Devout special rule, which is really nice. An animate vessel, like everything across Old Dominion. Devout is if a stand with the priest special rule is targeting a regiment with the Devout special rule, automatically converts one spellcasting failure to a success. And the animate vessel rule, we'll talk about that here, because this just applies to a vast majority of the units available in the army. All regiments and character stands in the army with the animate vessel special rule gain the Terrifying 1 special rule and may not perform an inspire action. However, regiments receive the benefits of inspiration when completing a successful charge, or from other special rules that will allow them to count as inspired as per normal. In addition, regiments with the animate vessel special rule do not have a resolve characteristic and always are considered as if they have passed any morale or resolve characteristic test. A character stand with the animate vessel special rule does not confer the resolve characteristic to the regiments they are attached to. However, regiments with the special rule may still be broken and or shattered as a result of casualties as their formation collapses and soldiers are cut down individually. That's just something that applies to a broad stroke of different units. There's the rule for you, and if it applies to anything else, I'll just mention animate vessel, and you can come back and check out at this point. Now, on top of that, he's got a large variety of different units available to him, with his mainstay being cultists, carriers, and legionnaires. A good mix of different units, and the restricted bone golems, the Moroi, Praetorian Guard, and the profane sepulchre. A good variety of different units available. They've got access to a bunch of different things, some really cool different spells. Azalea's Touch is a nice one that's going to allow you to target a friendly regiment and heal 1+ X wounds, where X is the current tier of the Dark Power Pool. Dark Immolation is another cool one, where you target a friendly regiment, gains aura +X, where X is the current tier of the Dark Power Pool, gets that aura of death level, which is really nice. Blasphemous Power is another spell available to the model, where you target a friendly regiment and they're going to get some Flurry and Decay X, or Decay 2 in this case. And then lastly, we have Unholy Baptism as well, where you can target an enemy regiment, receives 1 hit for each success. These hits have the armor piercing special rule 1. Pretty cool, solid character with some really great utility. His spells have a variety of different effects, which is really nice, giving him the ability to use a lot of different things. Now, we only actually technically get 2 box sets of troops in this, or 2 different types of box sets, and that's because they're both dual kits. The first one is we get 24 Legionnaires or Praetorian Guard. Now, let's talk about Legionnaires first. These are pretty much our baseline sort of undead soldiers. They are a medium class infantry type unit with Clash 2, 1 attack, defense 1. However, they do have shields, so in that front rank, they're going to get in that front arc, they will have an extra point of defense. Support 1 as well, thanks to their spears, which is really cool, meaning you're going to get a lot more in. They, of course, have animate vessel. They've got phalanx and support +1 from their memories of old as well, and can take a variety of different unit upgrades. Meanwhile, Praetorian Guard are the more expensive units. Praetorian Guard cost 165 points compared to the Legionnaires 120 points, and they also are a medium class infantry type unit. They have shields, and they have the animate vessel and phalanx rules. They've got Clash of 2 and a defense base of 2. So they'll go up to defense 3, but they don't have any supporting attacks. They also have the Bastion 1 draw event, which is you're able to get plus X defense based on the 1. So you can potentially be like defense 4 on these guys, which is really, really solid. Now, the other unit we have is Keheres and Moroi. These are really, really interesting because they're actually units of wizards. And so the Keheres are a light class infantry type unit that get some magic, but they also have a Barrage 1 16-inch shooting attack with volley of 2, evasion of 2 as well. They've got the strong arm, obscured, devout, sure shot, adamant vessel, priest 1 per stand to a maximum of priest 12 rules. And they can have either the Drain Will spell, which the caster scores 1 to 3 successes. They then reduce the target enemy defense by -1. If they score 4 or more successes, they receive an additional hit from any Aura of Death effects as well. In addition, you've also got the option for Insanity, which is another spell where you inflict 2 hits per success. Target enemy rolls defense rolls using the lowest unmodified resolve characteristic instead of their defense value against them. So, some pretty cool sort of abilities. Now, the Moroi are the other option, and they're also a light class infantry type unit. They've got Fluid Formation, Aura of Death 2, and Animate Vessel, so no shooting attack on them. However, they have the Immolation spell, which is a ranged damage dealing spell. The regiment gains Aura of Death plus X until the start of its next activation, where X is the number of successes divided by 2 rounded up. Any regiment affected by the spell has its Aura of Death special rule limited to a maximum of Aura of Death 5. And you've also got Translocation there as well, where they can get some ability to sort of move outside of the movement phase, which is really, really nice. So some other cool rules available to them. With that said, let's take a look at other things we can use to expand upon. And so the first unit I want to take a look at is the Bone Golems. Now, Bone Golems are, of course, one of the different unit types we can pick up as a restricted unit for our Archimandrite. They are a heavy class brute type unit with Cleave 2, Relentless Blows, Unstoppable, Hardened 1, which is really nice, meaning when a regiment with special rules is required to make a defense roll, reduce any Cleave, Brutal, Impact, or Armor Piercing by X, in this case 1, Aura of Death 2, and Animate Vessel. They've got 6 wounds apiece with 4 attacks at Clash 2, defense base 3, with that hardened, really, really solid unit all around. I really, really like the Bone Golems. Now, looking at other different characters we can pick up, I really like the Strategos. This is a more martial type character option. He's a medium class infantry type unit. 5 wounds, 4 attacks, Clash 3, defense 3. He's pretty good in all in. He's got a shield as well, which is going to give him defense 4, so a pretty solid character all round. His supremacy ability, Glimmers of a Golden Age, is nice, where the army may reach tier level 4 Dark Power Enhancement tier as described on the Empowerment rules. Once the Dark Power Empowerment tier reaches tier 3, all regiments in the army gain the Flawless Drill special rule. So he's a really good sort of leader for your army. Now, we've also got some other units I want to talk about. He unlocks a Cataphractor for us, which are a really cool unit. This is a medium class cavalry unit. So some cool undead cavalry. They're Brutal Impact 2, Shields and Animate Vessel, Shock and Unstoppable Charge from Memories of Old. Meaning they are defense 4 in that front arc. Really, really solid. 5 attacks, 4 wounds, Clash 2. Like a lot of things that generally just lack a high Clash value for a lot of the undead pieces. And then the last character to talk about, I guess, is the Hero Deacon. This is a light class character, has the Devout Priest 5, so pretty much just a cheaper version. If you wanted to go and get more priests into your army, this is a great way to get some more magic rather than going the Strategos route. If you're wanting to have more magic sort of heavy, this is pretty cool. His Dark Shepherd Draw event ability allows the character stand to select a friendly regiment with 12-inch and immediately destroy one of its stands. In order to do so, deal wounds to the regiment equal to the wounds remaining of its most wounded stand, following the usual wound allocation rule. These wounds do not trigger morale tests and do not target a character stand with the regiment. The destroyed stand proceeds to generate a Dark Power token as normal. This draw event can only be activated once per round. So, pretty cool little draw event to add into your force as well. And he's got some different abilities as well, which is really nice. As a priest level 5, the character can not be selected as Warlord, and he knows both the 2 spells of Dark Supplication and Black Flame Crucifixion as standard. So some pretty solid characters and options all around. But let's take a look at a little sample army list. And so here we have our little sample 1000 point army list for the Old Dominion. Now we've actually chosen to take the second character, the Strategos, as our warlord in our sample army list. If you've chosen to go for something like the Hero Deacon, I would probably go making your, well, you would have to make the Archimandrite your warlord, as you can't make the Hero Deacon one. But the Strategos, he unlocks some cool units. We've gone for building 2 units of Legionnaires out of our initial box set. This means we can use them both as mainstay units to allow us to take, first of all, a unit of Cataphractor in our Strategos' warband, which is cool. So we're going to get some cavalry in there. And then we've got the Archimandrite in the force as well. And we've chosen to give him Hazalia's Touch as his spell, which is a cool healing spell that he's going to get. And then we're going to have some Legionnaires in his warband, Carriers with Drain Wheel, Moroi with Immolation. All some really solid stuff all around for a bunch of different options. 2 light regiments, 3 medium regiments, and 2 characters. This is a pretty solid start for an Old Dominion force. If you've been playing with Old Dominion in Conquest Last Argument of Kings, love to hear what you've been doing and how you've been going with the newest army at current in Conquest of the Last Argument of Kings. Let us know what you've been doing and how you've been going down in the comments below. Well, that's the end of the video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and leave a comment down below and let us know what you enjoyed about the video. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our fine community here at Sinful Gaming, you can do so by following the link in the video's description to our Discord server. And lastly, if you'd like to help support the channel, you can do so either via Patreon or YouTube members, and both of those are linked again down in the video's description. As a special thanks to all our Patreon and YouTube members, I'd like to give a shout out to them all. So a special thank you to our Patreons, Christian Weir, James Soren, Greenskins Gaming, AJC, Kenny Lowe, Outer Shop First, Andrew Bowen, Nathan Fee, The Rising Ape, Cure Dynamic, Agu, Anthony B, Anton Nilsson, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Dynet226, and Derek. And a special shout out to our YouTube members, Green Roots Gaming, Kenton Young, Chris Wallace, Ronya, Vinny, Lockloric, The Johnny84, David Ellsworth, Revenar, Wolfric Nick, Broken Shelf, Ariana Airwoods, and Sean Scott. Lastly, a special thanks, first of all, to Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing artwork for our channel, and to Xmorphic, who does all the amazing Discord server background work for us. Thank you all for watching. Once again, stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. Ciao for now.